Welcome to Introduction to Python, and in this lecture I am going to discuss about the local variable, global variable and non-local variable inside a function. So let's understand the global variable and local variable with the help of this example. So in this example I have taken a variable x whose value is set to 100. Then I have defined a function, and inside that function I am printing that variable x, and then I am calling this function. Basically, when we start our interpreter, a namespace is created, and that is called built-in namespace. In that particular built-in namespace, we can call all the Python built-in functions, and after that I am writing this variable. After start of that particular interpreter, I am writing this variable x equals to 100. So there will be a namespace created, and that will called global namespace, and inside that variable will be created. Basically that means we have an object 100 which is associated by the variable x. So in global namespace, this variable will be stored like variable name will be treated as a key, and the object will be treated as its value. So this variable will be stored in global namespace. So whenever we are in global namespace and we want to access this variable x and its value, that means its value, we will call that key part, that means variable name. So whenever we write print x inside the global part, we will get the variable x value, that is 100, which is associated or which is binded to the variable x. Next, I have written the function fun, and inside that function I am printing this x. So when this line will be executed by the interpreter, so another namespace will be created, and this namespace is for the this function. So for that particular function, a local namespace will be created. So inside the global namespace, we can say we have a local namespace, and inside that local namespace, we have all the variables which are declared inside this function. So right now I have not declared any variable, but I am accessing this variable x. So first this variable will be searched inside this local namespace, but as it is not found in local namespace, now it will be searched to the local global namespace. So in global namespace, the variable x is bound to the value 100. So its answer will be 100 for this particular line. So whenever we call that particular function, so as soon as the control move to that particular function, the local namespace will be created, and inside the local namespace, we will check the variable x whether it exists in local namespace or not. If it does not exist, then we will go for the global namespace. And suppose if we do not find the particular function or variable inside the global namespace, then we will go for the built-in namespace. In this example, I am taking the variable x with value 100. Then I have defined a function fun. Then it has a variable x which value is 200. Then I'm printing this variable x, and then I'm calling this function and then printing this function, printing the value x. So let's see how this will work. So when this program will be created, so as soon as the control will come to this point, here we have variable x which has value 100. So a global namespace will be created, and inside this global namespace, uh, a object having a value 100 will be binded to the variable x. That means simply this variable x is referring to this object 100. And then when control come at this point, we have defined this function. So this function definition will be checked whether it is syntactically correct or not. But no namespace will be created right now. And when we call that particular function, and obviously when we call that particular function, so control will go back to the particular function. So a local namespace will be created. So now a local namespace will be created when we call the function. And as soon as the function is called, it has a variable x having a value 200. So inside this local namespace, another object having value 200 will be created, and this is bounded by the variable name x. And suppose after that particular line I am printing this variable x. So first we will search the local namespace. So in local namespace we have variable x whose value is 200. So for that this particular line the control will print answer 200. So control will come after this point. After executing this function the control will come back to this particular point. As soon as we come out of the come out of that function, that means the control will come out of the function. So this local namespace will be destroyed. Now the function fun, which has produced the value 200, will be printed here. Okay. And after that if I'm printing the variable value x, so this variable x will be searched in its namespace. So its namespace is right now is this global namespace. So in this case we have the value 100. So we will get this value 100 as the answer. So in this case I am taking again the same variable x with having value 100. Then I am defining a function. Inside this function I am updating the value of x to x by 10 by adding the value 10, and then I am printing this variable x. And then finally I am calling this function fun. So let's see what happens. So when control will come at this particular point, that means at first line, global namespace will be created, and inside this global namespace we have a object 100 which is bounded by the variable x. That means x is referring to this object 100. And then this function is defined, so this function will be defined, no problem, and its syntax will be checked, so there is no problem. And then when we are calling that particular function, so control will go back to that particular function. And when control invokes this function, so a local namespace will be created. So a local namespace is created, and inside this local namespace I am writing x equals to something x plus 10. That means we must we are updating a variable x with x plus 10. That means it needs a value x. So this variable x will be searched inside this function, inside this local namespace. So as we do not found any variable inside the local namespace, so this will give you an error, because we have not uh, binded till now we have not binded the variable name x to any object inside the local namespace. So this will create a problem, and this line will throw you an error. So to rectify this problem, what we can do, we can write or modify the program with this statement global x. In this case what will happen, again when control will come at this particular point, first line, so a global namespace will be created, and here this variable x is bounded to object 100. And then when function fun will be called, and when the function fun will be called, a local namespace will be created. Okay. And inside this local namespace we are referring the variable x as a global by global keyword. So that means inside this function x you are referring to this variable x which is inside the global namespace, and you are updating this variable x with value 10. So this variable will be updated by 10, that means it will become 110. And now this 110 will be stored in this, or you can say this variable x will bound to this new object 110. So when the control will come at this particular point, the answer will be 110. Important is that after control come back to this point, so we will get answer 110 because of this line. And after this line, if I print the variable x again outside this function, so I will get the updated value, because now this variable x, which is at the global namespace, is referring to this object 110. So let's take an example of non-local variable. So in this case, I have defined a function 1, and then inside this function I have defined a function 2. So let's call this function fun1. So when the control will come this point, a local namespace will be created. So first, a local namespace has been created for this function 1, and inside this local namespace we have a variable a, which is bound to a object 100. That means we have a object 100, and it is bound by variable a. And when control will come this point, that was at function 2 definition. So in another local namespace will be created, and inside this local namespace, what I have written, I have written non-local a. That means this variable a will be searched outside this local namespace. That means it's just outside a local namespace, which is this place actually. That means the outer namespace. So in this outer namespace, we have the variable a. Okay, it has been defined, so there is no issue. And after this, we are updating the variable a with value 200. So that means now this variable a will point to the object 200. That means this object a is now pointing to the value 200, or pointing to the object 200. And when we are printing this a, so we will get answer 200. And when the control will come to this point, and that means print a, so that means inside this function fun1, which is inside this function fun1, so inside this function, that means, and in this local namespace, it has value 200. So the answer will be 200. So for first line, that means inside print a, it is printing 200, and for this line, it will printing 200. So this is all about the local variable, global variable, and non-local variable. So whenever we have to access a variable which is inside another block, that means in outer block, we have to use the non-local keyword. And suppose we want to access a variable which is in global namespace, we have to write the keyword global.